Welcome back to Backpack Hero. It has been a minute, but I have continued my perfect run and I'm ready to show y'all. We are now on floor 78. There has been a massive update to this game. They have added pouches, which my pouch is kind of simple. It's a bunch of health, but they allow you to store items without them being used during combat. You can't open this during combat, so you can't have anything stored in there that you want to use. But you can store things, like I have here, heart rings, which will increase my maximum health, even though they're inside the pouch. You could also store things like luck rings, I imagine, but I am not sure. I know that you can't store things like relics and expect them to work in there. So if you wanted to store things in there that you don't want to work, but you want to sell them later, it is a perfect item for that. Now before we hop into a round here to show you this, I'll kind of explain what's going on here. This once again has infinite energy, but it looks so much different than last time you've seen it probably. I keep changing the design and I'm not really stuck on this one either. So right now it focuses mostly on using this weapon, which will add block and deal damage at the same time. It starts off with 75 damage from all of these gems. And the gems even give more damage because of this ore here. Each gem gives plus 3 damage for being adjacent to it. Also have effects that happen whenever it's used. It removes 2 poison from self because of these 2 cleansing rags. It heals 2 HP because of these 2 splints. And whenever I start, I click this battery, which activates this dark whetstone and adds plus 1 weak to enemies. Adding weak means it'll make the enemies not do as much damage, which means that even though block might be maxed out, I could reduce the damage they would deal to less than the maximum block, and then tank a hit if I wanted to kill them with spikes. Speaking of spikes, this is the shield. Now we have had an update where we can finally add more than one upgrade from the forge. So I have added 2 block and 2 haste, which means that every time it's used, it will do 2 more block. That's kind of nothing, but adding 2 haste means it'll do 2 more block the next time. Speaking of spikes, we still add spikes from this and remove spikes from the enemy because the mirror shield is pretty overpowered. It also removes 2 rage from any enemy, which means that it is another way of reducing the damage of an enemy. Plus, every time it gets used, the number of spikes that it will add to yourself increases by 2 because of this coral right here. This, along with this stopwatch, which increases the damage I do by 1 every turn, are crucial for ending games. It would take so much longer without this scaling that it would not even be worth it. This microchip here I got at the beginning, just like the core, and I am never getting rid of it, because in a pinch, if I need to reorganize, that is the only way I will be able to do it without wasting an entire turn. I think that's about it. I can't really explain how many boosters it takes to make this work exactly. It's a very complicated setup, and I kind of just have to guess and check to see if it works. But if I go ahead and test it right now, you can see that it will in fact go on forever. But I'm not just going to let it sit here and do nothing, so let's hop into a game. So you can see I just finished floor 78, so we can actually move on. This is another thing they added where you can't see the entire board to begin with. So if there are things that you wish to use, you just have to go and find them. See, in a situation like this, it might be better to use more spikes because I know all of them will be attacking, which means they will all be doing damage to them themselves despite me only being able to attack this one right now. Because he is a shield, he's a defender, I can't attack any of the people behind him until he's dead, which means it'd be easier just to add a bunch of spikes and then let them kill themselves by attacking me. So I could wait till I have enough block to defend this, go to my next turn, and swap this shield and booster with this fox rapier, to do more spikes to self rather than attacking, which might be faster in the end. Probably have enough block that I could end it right here and still take no damage, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so before we do anything else, I was going to swap over to do spikes to self. However, they will add poison to me next turn. I could remove that with my cleansing rags, but it would take at least 70 different uses of my blade to do that. And the question is, would it take less attacks to just kill these people outright? I'm going to go ahead and just try to kill them outright. It'll take longer, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. As you can see, it's about to do 123 damage, followed by 124 and 125, which shows you that it is constantly increasing the amount of damage it's dealing. So if we take a look right now, we are at 133 damage, despite starting at 75. But we're only adding 14 spikes right now because it's using the sword so much more. On the next battle, I will just let it sit and kill every enemy and maybe time-lapse it for y'all. I truly am getting to the point where this game practically plays itself, and I just sort of have to wait for each round to finish. We did it. And we get nothing for it. Well, it might as well be at least. I still am looking to find another fox rapier because I believe if I get another one, I'll be able to upgrade it more than once. And then I'll be able to forge it with a bunch of different effects, which hopefully just make it an overall better weapon. But I haven't gotten another one yet, so I'm not getting rid of this one anytime soon. Alright, this one I will go ahead and let sit the entire time, so hopefully I can give y'all a time lapse of what it takes to go through one of these. And we're off. Finally. Another pouch. Here's a question I had. Dang it. You can't place a pouch within a pouch. They are a lot more like shulker boxes than I realized, I guess. I don't think I need two of them. I just don't know if it would work. Alright. I think that's about it for this. I will update y'all when I get to like level 100 maybe. I don't know. Until then, I probably won't post too much about this until I find something else game breaking. Remember to like, remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.